Hello, my name is John Halford. I am a member of Tennessee Group C. Group C. Andrew and I are going to be talking about some things that we've been working on so far this semester. I want to begin with this diagram. At the top, we have written out the goal for this project, which is to create an architecture that will establish a sense of ownership and community for low-income citizens living in Vestal, Tennessee. The following diagram begins to define potential for a future Vestal community and how it can act. The church represents community. Figuratively, this is a food bank. A food bank is a non-profit charitable organization that distributes food to those who have difficulty purchasing enough to avoid hunger. This service goes out to the people in need, and those people benefit from it. As these people are able to mend and grow, they will in time be able to give back to the community and eventually help people that are in the same position that they were once in. The architecture that we wish to create is one that will initiate as well as facilitate this interaction. How are we as a multinational team going to design in order to accomplish this goal? We would love to hear your feedback and any additional questions that you may have. This next drawing begins to diagram what our vision might look like. It depicts the food bank, or the church, at the north side of our site. Directly south and across the street is a potential place for distribution of goods that the community on our site could potentially produce. The column of darkly shaded boxes is an idea for housing placement, with the southeast portion of the site being used for farming. This final drawing applies the previous diagram to our site. It depicts many of the same elements with a more measured relationship. The community distribution center at the north side of our site holds the street edge, with its north facade, and with its south facade addresses the community gardens and farming. These gardens form an L around the Pease Furniture Building on the northeast side of our site. The heavier farming takes place on the south side of our site. Parking is placed off an already existing access road and will be designed to elegantly blend with the gardens. Residents of the community park here and then walk a short distance to their house through the gardens. The micro farm can help support the immediate community of our site as well as the local community of Vestal. Once again, we would love to hear some feedback on where we are. This is still very preliminary, so feel free to let us know everything that you're thinking. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to talking with you soon.
Hello, my name is Andrew, and I'm working with John, and he did a great job of telling you some of our ideas that we have for this project and how they might start to apply to the site. He finished by showing you some site diagrams of how we're seeing houses lay out and how they relate to the community garden and the farming aspect of our project. So what I'm going to do now is walk you through the site program on a smaller scale, and we're going to look at what's going to make up each one of those houses. And I'll describe to you some of the ways those spaces relate to each other and how people here in America use those spaces. So let's go ahead and get started. On this site we're trying to fit about 12 houses. That number could decrease by 1 or 2, but it would also be good to increase and have up to 14 or 15 houses. A variety of sizes should be implemented to support different family types. 600 square feet may work for singles or couples. 900 square feet could work for a couple with 1 child or a mother with 2 children. And 1,200 square feet could accommodate a family of 4 or 5. And that could be a married couple with children or grandparents taking care of their grandchildren. But that would be the largest house size we would want to go to. If we get much larger, the house would quickly become not affordable for most of the families we are targeting in this project. There should be on-site parking in this project. Pretty much everybody who owns one of these houses will have at least one car. So we need at least one parking space per house. These parking spaces can make up communal parking, where they're all gathered together and then they walk to their front door, or they could be divided and placed one or two at each house. There should also be common areas or community areas on the site. For example, we're looking at a community garden. There should also be a mailbox area where they go and get their mail. They don't have to have their own personal mailbox in front of their house. There could also be a garden shed to maintain the community garden or to store lawnmowers. It is regulated that people have to mow their yard. They can be fined a fee if they don't keep up their property. There could also be picnic tables or community grills where they can go out and fix an evening meal and then eat together. And those just name a few. There could be a number of different ideas, and we would love to hear some ideas you all have. Now let's talk about the program of the actual house. Each house will need a living room, a kitchen, a dining area, a master bedroom, which means the main bedroom of the house, children's bedrooms, a bathroom, food pantry, and other storage. Now the dining area could be a part of the kitchen. It doesn't have to be its own separate space. The children's bedrooms would just vary based on the family you're targeting in the design of the house. They should have at least one bathroom, but two is very convenient for a growing family. A food pantry is where they would store their food. Many times people can't just walk down the street and buy their meal. They have to drive somewhere to get food. So it's good to have a place to store that food so they can buy in larger amounts and travel less. They also need storage for other things like linens for their bed or Christmas decorations. People pile up a lot of stuff and often they don't have any space to put that. Other spaces in the house include a laundry closet, an outdoor storage, a front porch, back porch, or a roof patio. These are all optional, and it really just depends on how you want to carry out the project. A laundry closet is where they would contain their washer and dryer to clean their clothes on a regular basis. Outdoor storage would be good to keep a lawnmower or gardening tools. And then most houses here have a front porch and a back porch, but neither one are really needed. We see that a front porch really provides a sense of community, so they can sit out in a chair on their front porch and see the neighbors and carry on a conversation. A back porch is seen as more of a private setting where they can go and just relax outdoors away from everybody. A roof patio serves the same purpose. It's to kind of just get away and relax into a quiet place. A laundry closet is not needed, but it would be very convenient. There are laundromats where people can take their clothes and wash them and dry them for small amounts of change. This is not hard to do, but it is something that they would have to drive to most likely. Now I'll show you a few floor plans of typical houses in America. These floor plans vary in size and aren't to scale, but they'll give you a good idea of how the spaces relate to one another and the different types of privacy families look for in a house. So we'll start at the front door on each one, and I'll walk you through the house and explain how people use these spaces. You enter this first house off of the front porch, straight into the living room. In the living room there would be a couch and probably a TV and maybe a coffee table. To the left of the front door there's a closet and a laundry closet. Here they would store clothes and do laundry. In the back of the house you see the kitchen. In the kitchen there's a little bar eating area where they could pull up a stool and eat dinner. There is no formal dining space. The kitchen then proceeds to the back porch. The back porch is the private area, and part of it is actually a covered patio. This provides shelter from insects and excessive heats where they can still be outdoors. In the bedroom, there's a bathroom just for that bedroom and for any guests that come in through the living room. This contains a shower bathtub combination and a toilet and a sink. Also off of the bedroom, there's a closet. This particular closet is a walk-in closet where there's plenty of room for clothes and shoes and any other thing they might want to store. This house is a good example of what a small two-story house might look like. On the right side, you see the lower level. You would enter straight off the patio into the living room. The kitchen and dining area are in the back of the house, and a staircase on the right side leads up to the upper level. On the upper level, there are 2 bedrooms, and there's a bathroom that each bedroom would share in between. Both bedrooms have their own closets for clothes, and there's a laundry closet in the hallway to clean their clothes. This house would be good for a couple with 1 child, or possibly a couple with 2 young children. When children reach a certain age, it is optimal to have their own bedrooms, especially if they are of opposite sex. In public housing in the United States, it is a requirement that after a certain age, siblings of an opposite sex must have a separate bedroom. I hope this helped. Just let me know if you have any questions. We'll be happy to answer them. John and I are always ready for new ideas, and we're always ready to help too. So just let us know what you need and give us your ideas. We're excited to hear from you, and thank you for listening.